Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, Madonna is back at rehearsals. She has booked out a stadium and she has about a month of rehearsals. So fans are getting excited. The tour is about 39 days away from commencing, but a lot of fans are also anxious. Some are excited, but some are anxious because Madonna does have a track record and a history of cancelling shows, particularly the first week of a show, last minute because she's not ready. It's happened twice now, with the Rebel Heart show and with Madame X. And I actually was originally supposed to go to those shows, so I'm so glad I didn't, because every show I actually was planning to go to ended up being cancelled. So I'm so glad I didn't attempt to do that tour. But like I said, a lot of people are excited, but I'm seeing people in my comments, they're anxious about it. I know people who have bought tickets who they were fortunate enough to be going to the European legs, so they didn't miss any of the shows that were cancelled from the American leg that was postponed due to illness. And whether that will sort of take place of the usual sort of delay or cancellations, or whether she'll do the same thing again because she doesn't feel she's ready, because she won't go on stage until she feels she's ready, whether that means delaying shows for a week or two, or whether that means cancelling, or whether that means showing up 2, 3, 4 hours late. She has a reputation for this, and I didn't think about it till someone pointed out in my comments, but it is incredibly unprofessional, and she's getting a bit of a reputation as being difficult to deal with, and not the sort of consummate professional performing artist that she was in the for the 90s through to the mid-noughties. Something's happened in the last few tours, so it's sort of changed that opinion a bit. But she's looking good, but of course she's using filters and a lot of makeup and that, and a lot of people are standing for the filters, and I'm like, we all know she's using them, that's fine, but don't pretend like she's not. People put up photos like, oh, she looks great. I'm like, because she's got a filter. She's 65. She can't look 20 anymore. And that's fine. She looks great at 65. Can we just accept that and not do this thing where we pretend like she looks 20 because she's got a filter on? And then you get called an ageist or a hater if you just mention that reality, that truth. So it's very frustrating because the Madonna fans are very religious and a little scary. And I've been attacked by a lot of them. So, because you can't criticize Madonna objectively without being called a fan and a hater and everything. So, yeah. So, I'm a little worried about how it's going, because although she showed a lot of nice filtered photos of herself and everything, she also didn't hide the fact that she has tape and that on legs, and she's still managing this injury. Now, whether or not she'll be able to manage that, or whether it's going to be an ongoing problem on this tour like it was with Madame X, we don't know. That's not her fault. I mean, how she manages it, or whether she pushes through with it, even though she knows it's a problem, that's her choice. But she didn't have a choice to get injured. It's not, she can't really do anything about that, but how she manages it is the issue. So we'll see what happens. Will she make the start date? Will she delay things? Will things run like they did before, where they're late and last-minute cancellations? Or has she turned over a new leaf? Has she sort of changed because of this sort of scare that she had? Does she appreciate being able to perform for people, because she maybe thought she wasn't going to be able to or something, because, I don't know. But chances are, being the narcissist she is, she's just going to keep doing what she wants and not care what any of us want or do. So it'll be interesting to watch this. I have no skin in the game. I don't have any tickets. I'm not going. I'm happy that I saw her Rebel Heart. She looked amazing. It was a great performance. I'm happy with that. I don't want to see her try to recapture her past sort of glory and fail. I don't want to see that. I can ignore it if it happens on stage, in videos. I don't have to watch it. But yeah, so I don't have a lot of faith in this. I'm not going to pretend like I do. I'm worried this is going to be a disaster. It may not be. It may be great. It may be her crowning glory, going out on top, having a huge tour, making this greatest hits tour, her sort of farewell tour sort of thing. Maybe that's how this will go. Maybe it'll go really well. Maybe it'll be a disaster and she'll keep going and going and going and keep doing tour after tour until, it's just hopeless. I don't know. But I'm a little worried, a little cautious. But I've been talking for nearly 5 minutes. I need to stop. Not much else happening. Just rehearsing, taking photos. Some of her in different costumes. We've only seen a little bit. They look like they're black and white photos, so in my head I'm thinking they're just black costumes. I'm like, no, they're black and white photos. But we haven't seen much. We saw a little bit of A stage, but I don't think that's the actual stage, because some people are talking about the photos that were put up. Some people say they're real, some people say they weren't. But the stage that we saw looks like a very typical sort of stage, so it's probably just something set up before the rehearsals. It's not the actual stage that they're actually preparing and probably still finalising, building and all that and getting ready. Tweaking, I don't know. But it's over 5 minutes. I need to stop talking. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I want Madonna to be great. I want her to have a great, like, farewell greatest hits tour and be done and stop before it's too late. But I'm scared that she's not, and this is going to be problematic and make a lot of bad, news items and so forth and that, and get a lot of bad press. So I'm sitting back, anxiously waiting to see how this pans out over the next couple of months, and I will be doing lots of videos about it. So join me as we sort of watch the Celebration tour unfold.